Why is learning RC collective pitch Helis difficult? Imagine trying to balance a spinning top on your finger while it responds instantly to every tiny movement you make. That's similar to what learning to fly RC collective pitch helicopters feels like. These models are a step up from simpler RC helicopters because they let you control lift by changing the angle of the blades, not just the rotor speed. This means you can do more advanced tricks and maneuvers, but it also makes flying much more complicated. One big reason it's tough is control complexity. Unlike fixed pitch helicopters, where you only change the throttle to lift or lower, collective pitch helicopters need you to manage both the throttle and the collective pitch at the same time. This can be confusing at first because you're juggling multiple controls that work together. If you get one slightly wrong, the helicopter might shoot up or dip down suddenly. Another challenge is how quickly these helicopters respond. When you change the collective pitch, the helicopter reacts instantly. Even a small adjustment can cause a big change in altitude or attitude. This means you need very smooth and precise movements. If you jerk the controls, you risk crashing. It's like trying to write with a very sensitive pen that reacts to the slightest touch. Hovering is especially difficult. Keeping the helicopter steady in one spot requires constant tiny adjustments to the collective pitch, cyclic controls that tilt the rotor disc, and the tail rotor to keep it from spinning. This takes a lot of mental focus and practice. Many beginners find it exhausting because they are always making tiny corrections. Orientation can also be confusing. RC helicopters can face any direction, so when the nose points away from you, it's harder to tell which way they are moving. You have to learn to interpret the helicopter's movements relative to your position, which can be disorienting without real-world feedback. Setting up the helicopter correctly is vital. If the blades are not properly balanced or the electronics are misconfigured, it becomes much harder to control. Beginners often struggle because they don't realize their helicopter isn't tuned right, leading to crashes and frustration. The learning curve is steep. It usually takes weeks of regular practice, often starting with flight simulators or beginner models to get comfortable. Even then, crashes are common as you learn to master hovering and basic maneuvers. Collective pitch helis offer a more exciting flying experience, but they demand patience and dedication. Using simulators and following step-by-step lessons can help you learn faster and safer. Choosing a durable, beginner-friendly model with features like adjustable gain and stability can also make the journey easier. Remember, mastering these helicopters is a gradual process, but the reward of flying a complex, realistic helicopter makes it worth the effort.